viewers and welcome. This is Wenyeji TV and I am JW. Today we want to continue sharing much knowledge, and today we want to learn from one of the most acclaimed political figure in our history, none other than Nelson Mandela, the first black South African president. Madiba, as he is proudly known by South Africans. Before we continue, please press that button, subscribe, share this video and comment. Remember, we are proud that you are watching. I am JW. Nelson Mandela, the first African black president after the fall of apartheid. The white minority government by that time led by F.W. de Klerk, which handed over power to the first black African president, Nelson Mandela. Much is known about his political successes. Most of the political scientists, political historians cannot make a complete comment without mentioning the name Mandela. He is acclaimed all over the world, in all continents. He has shaken the world, but his steadfast stand against apartheid in South Africa, where he refused to be compromised and chose to be taken to prison rather than compromise with the white minority supremacist in South Africa. Now today we want to talk about something different. Much is known about his political successes, but very little is spoken about his family life. Today we want to look at how this man fared in his family life. For example, did you know that Mandela married 3 times and 2 of those marriages ended in divorce? Yes, that is what happened to this political saint. First, Mandela was born on July 18, 1918. That is the day he was born. By 1944, Mandela decided to marry. He looked around and found a sweet, beautiful girl by the name Evelyn Mercy. They tied the knot in 1944. First, the marriage was sweet, the marriage was doing wonderful. But after some time, things went black. By 1957, Mandela and Evelyn divorced, where Mandela was accused of infidelity. And also, Evelyn was not interested in joining Mandela in his political agitation because of her faith. Her faith prevented her from joining politics. So Mandela felt that Evelyn was a spent cartridge, so he decided to do away with Evelyn. By 1958, the next year, Mandela did not waste time. He married his sweetheart by the name Winnie Madikizela Mandela, a very beautiful political activist by that time. That is where the marriage began in 1958. That marriage lasted for the whole period that Mandela was in prison. But immediately Mandela left prison. Instead of now settling down and enjoying life with his wife, Winnie, the marriage ended immediately. After the divorce, Mandela went ahead and met the wife of Mozambican President Samora Machel, this lady who is also acclaimed across the globe by the name Crack Machel, became the third wife of Nelson Mandela by 1998, when Mandela was turning 80 years. That is when he had his third and last marriage. That marriage at least lasted until his death on 5th December 2013. That is marriage life. Mandela might have succeeded in politics, but in family, in marriage, he was a failure. He did not succeed. He also had other family challenges with his children, some of them dying of AIDS, others dying of accidents. That is how challenging Mandela's life was. So Mandela had his successes and failures like just another human being. This video, we are not trying to challenge the character of Nelson Mandela. He's acclaimed all over the world as a success, and no man is perfect. All of us have challenges. That is life the way it is. Well, Mandela, whichever challenges he went through, he had learned so many things, and some of his speeches have influenced political ideologies and also non-political. Has influenced people who are not even politicians, how they think and look at life. Out of his sound mind and his experience and wisdom, sometimes he looked around the people around him and he had this to say. He said something, he quoted something which has influenced the way people think across the globe and reality, presenting the reality in the world. He said this: the best character of a human is defined by how you treat those who can do nothing for you. The best character of a human being can only be defined by the way that person treats those who can do nothing for him. So, for example, around you, in your family, in your neighborhood, wherever you are, the people who are associating with you, are there people that you consider, even if I help this person, even if I interact with this person, even if I move around with this person, however close I become with this person, he will never be able to pay me back or do anything useful to me, to my life? How are you treating that person? Look at the way you are treating that person. That is your character. The rest is pretense. That is your character. The way you treat people who can do nothing for you, who are to you, you feel that we can use the word useless. The way you treat them, that is your character. That is the time the true colors come out of a human being. And that is how Mandela looked at it, because he had interacted with so many human beings across the globe in many societies. We are learning something from this icon acclaimed across the globe. He also observed and also had some advice to many people. For example, he said this. Another quotation that Mandela associated with one of the best speeches. He said this: "Do not judge me by my successes or failures today. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got up again. Do not judge me by my successes today or my failures. Judge me by how many times I fell down but still got up." That is Nelson Mandela. That is how things are today. Many people just looks at what you are today. they judge you by what you are today. The successes or failures you have today, if they speak to you now, the person near you, what are you looking at? Are you looking at the Mercedes is driving? Are you looking at the tatters that person is wearing? What are you looking at? The best students in history, they read complete history. What you have gone through to reach where you are. The challenges, the number of times you have fallen and woken up. That is a loyal student of history. And that is how to expand your thinking and wisdom. And that is how to have a complete observation of events, of human beings, friends, characters, is how to understand them. But if you judge people by what they have today or what they don't have today, then that is very shallow thinking, very, very shallow study, analysis of events. Remember, we have been talking about the first Black African president, Nelson Mandela Madiba, is proudly known by South Africans. The first president to occupy that seat. Remember, Mandela became president of South Africa in 1994, immediately after coming out of prison. The last white apartheid president was known as F.W. de Klerk, the person who handed over power to Mandela in 1994. You are still watching Wenyeji TV. I am JW saying we are proud that you are watching.